Wildlife collisions on the rise. Are virtual fences the answer? By Sandy Miller.
As the drought brings wildlife into closer and closer proximity to our population centres, wildlife road strikes are becoming an increasing problem in Manningham and Nillumbik's rural roads. Insurance data shows thousands of collisions involving kangaroos have been reported across the state in recent years. Between 2021 and June 2025, RACV Insurance received over 23,000 claims for kangaroo-related collisions, with 2024 recording the highest number of claims, 5,883. The average RACV claim total following a collision with an animal in the 2025 financial year was $8,984. RACV General Manager Insurance and Roadside, Bill Bloodworth, said collisions with wildlife are unfortunately common across Victoria, especially in areas where urban development meets regional roads. In an attempt to reduce collisions with animals, Manningham Council has installed virtual fencing along Jumping Creek Road, Wonga Park. Tony McGann, Manningham's Acting Director of City Services, explained there are 20 virtual fences along Jumping Creek Road between Nelson Drive and the entrance to Jumping Creek Reserve. He said Council's virtual fencing was installed as part of the Jumping Creek Road upgrade in locations identified as high-risk areas for wildlife incidents to improve road safety for all road users.
These fences form part of a series of initiatives, such as overhead canopy bridges and community education to help reduce roadkill across Manningham. We have received many anecdotal reports from both local wildlife carers and residents that the virtual fences, along with the canopy bridges, are reducing roadkill along Jumping Creek Road,
he said. While it's still too early for Manningham to have any conclusive data on the effectiveness of the fencing, a 3-year trial has been carried out along Forest Road, Anglesea, with some astonishing results. Jason Shikoki of Surf Coast Wildlife Rescue said 250 kangaroos and wallabies were being hit and killed annually prior to the fence being installed. The trial showed an 81% reduction in the incidence of wildlife road strikes in the trial area, which is down 608 over the 3-year period on this one road alone. And on top of that, he said there were significant reductions in bird strikes and for other animals such as echidnas and possums. In the 3 years prior to the trial, an average of 5 birds a day, around 5,500 in total, were being hit and killed on Forest Road. In the 3 years following the installation of virtual fencing, that number was just 16 in total for the whole period, and 0 echidnas were killed during that time. Nillumbik Mayor John Jamerick said the road strikes are something Council is very concerned about.
We are actively working towards reducing incidents. We recently provided a submission to the Victorian Parliamentary Inquiry into wildlife road strike in Victoria and are currently awaiting its outcome. The recommendations that come from this inquiry should help provide guidance on steps we could take on local roads in our shire.
Nillumbik's submission to the inquiry said the vast array of wildlife, 342 recorded Indigenous fauna species and 26 introduced fauna species, presented significant wildlife safety and driver safety issues along Nillumbik's extensive road network, which includes 310 kilometres of unsealed roads and 460 kilometres of sealed roads. The submission presented data collected over the past 10 years, showing that wildlife vehicle collisions are the primary cause, 47.6%, of reported wildlife-related incidents across the Shire. During that time, over 3,500 animals were being recorded as being hit by a vehicle, with the vast majority being kangaroos. Council highlighted the significant hours that volunteers give to responding to road strikes. Nillumbik Council has suggested the state government could provide greater financial coordination and marketing/promotional support for wildlife injury and rescue volunteer groups and individuals. The submission also highlighted the increasing number of deer across the state means that the risk of major trauma incidents and motor vehicle damage arising from road strikes is increasing.
Given the visible nature of road strikes, wildlife death and injury is a prominent and distressing matter for many in our community, and also for visitors to the Shire.
The submission stated. It also noted the heightened risk of hitting a deer or kangaroo at dusk and in the evening, resulting in an avoidance of travelling at these times for many Nillumbik motorists, which can have socio-economic and well-being impacts. Its submission is also calling for variable speed limits at dusk in targeted locations. Through its submission to the inquiry, Council is seeking support and commitment from the state government to deliver virtual fencing on state and local roads in Nillumbik. The top potential locations for virtual fencing, as per Wildlife Victoria call-out statistics, are Eltham Yarra Glen Road, 349 call-outs; Yan Yin Road, 164 call-outs; Kangaroo Ground St Andrews Road, 140 call-outs; Heidelberg Kinglake Road, 137 call-outs; Bannons Lane, 118 call-outs; Research Warrandyte Road, 68 call-outs; Kangaroo Ground Wattle Glen Road, 60 call-outs; Arthurs Creek Road, 57 call-outs; Rangeview Road, Broad Gully Road, 57 call-outs; Cottles Bridge Strathewen Road, 49 call-outs; Ben Frillet Reserve Access, 47 call-outs; Doctors Gully Road, 47 call-outs. A Warrandyte resident recently illustrated this stark data.
While driving between Warrandyte and St Andrews, we counted maybe a dozen dead kangaroos and/or wombats on the edge of the Kangaroo Ground St Andrews Road.
They said,
Staying safe on the road.
Tips to avoid animal collisions. Be aware of peak times. Kangaroos are most active at dawn, dusk and night. Slow down. Reduce speeds in areas with wildlife signage or when visibility is poor. Scan ahead. Look both sides of the road and the edge of the tree line for movement. Avoid swerving. If a collision is unavoidable, brake firmly in a straight line. Use high beams. When safe to do so, high beams can help detect animals further ahead. RACV General Manager Insurance and Roadside, Bill Bloodworth, added that while hitting a kangaroo can be distressing, motorists should prioritise safety.
If you're involved in a collision, pull over safely, activate hazard lights and check on passengers. If anyone is injured, call 000. If the animal is injured, contact local wildlife services on 8400 7300.